Hello, class, and welcome here to our Fall 2 start of Hospitality Cost Control, as you all will be taking this course with me. This is the introductory week, and one thing that you can expect, as many of you all have taken asynchronous classes, which is primarily everything is online, and there's no set times that we happen to meet, let's say, for example, via Zoom. Okay, you're going to work on this within your own time, but however, though, there are stipulations that everything has to be completed within a specific date. So, for example, weeks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all work and content has to be completed within that actual week before we progress on to the following week. Now, one thing that you'll definitely notice is that, of course, all the weeks have been made available for you to view within the course shell. You can exercise your right by all means to work ahead. But however, though, I want to let you know that if you happen to do that, I will not probably grade the work until the actual due date. Let's say, for example, as you work ahead maybe into week number 3, and we happen to be in week number 2 of the course, weeks 3 work will not probably get graded until we actually get into week number 4, which would happen to be the following week. So one of the things that I want to do, as you all are probably familiar with how D2L is set up and the actual course shell, is that I want to take you, you're looking at the home page now, and the announcement that you're going to see, you don't see it right now, is just a welcome and a starting message, and it's going to be a link actually to click on and look at this brief instructional video and lecture that I'm doing right now. So some of the things that are very important to you, number 1 would be the content. I'm going to click on the content section, and just like with every course that you happen to take, regardless of the program that you're in, you have the tabs here. Of course, with the Start Here tab is my general information, and one of the things I want to emphasize with the general information here is that these are my contact hours. You can contact me 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. That would happen to be Monday through Saturday. And this is my cell phone where you can reach me. You can also text me within that same time frame as well, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. That would be Monday through Saturday. If you want to make an appointment to meet with me by Zoom, I would request a 24-hour notice in order to do that. And I will be more than happy to meet with students individually by Zoom if you need further additional assistance or tutoring, or if you happen to have any questions regarding any of the course content. So as you look at the Start Here tab, you'll see my general information here and a little bio and background of myself. Some of you, as a matter of fact, look very familiar. You've had me for courses before in previous semesters. As always, click on your resources here. You got your Cheney resources. You also have keys to success. Also, expectations within the course. That's also disclosed to you. And pretty much the expectations, okay, are the same regardless of the course, program, and also professor that you happen to have. The syllabus is right here. Okay, and that is also another tab that's available within the content. This is a PDF document. You can just click on the syllabus, and the syllabus gives you all the details within the actual course. It breaks down the required textbook, which is also uploaded within the Vital book source holder. We're going to preview that in a few minutes. It gives you objectives, of course, but the most important thing is to pay attention to the topic outline and schedule in terms of how we're going to be doing things within this course. Also, the policy with late work and assignments and my expectations are also included within the syllabus when assignments are due. Now, I'm going to refer you back to the calendar within D2L because the calendar has specific dates. And what I mean by that is specific dates of when your assignments are due by the end of the week, specific dates on when the discussion threads are supposed to be completed, and also you're going to have 2 quizzes within this course, and those quizzes are also embedded within the calendar in terms of the due date and when those quizzes are going to be given. Then also, of course, your general grade assignments and percentages pertaining to your final grade are also included in this, and this happens to be all general. It pertains to every course that you may happen to take with the university. So that's where you will find your syllabus in the syllabus section. Let me go down here because another important thing that we have to cover is the required course materials. Now, in your VitalSource book holder, this is the textbook right here, and it's already uploaded. All you have to do is click on the VitalBookSource holder, and the textbook has already been made available for everybody. As I'm opening it up right now, here it comes. And this happens to be the textbook, Foundations of Cost Control. There is no other textbook for this course. This happens to be the textbook right here. There's no need for you to purchase any further additional materials. The only thing that you need outside of the textbook, of course, is a DSL connection. I prefer a laptop as well, too, when it comes to logging in, engaging, within the different discussion activities within the course, also completing your assignments. This works more effective with a laptop. You can use a tablet, but however, though, when it comes to the formatting, a laptop or a desktop computer would happen to be more suffice. So here's the textbook, and you can find that again in the VitalSource book holder. I have also included additional materials. As I can go back here, let me go back to the content. Click on required course materials. What I've done is I have included slides, PowerPoints that I've created that reflects on textbooks as well as definitions. So your textbook and definitions pertaining to the course, I have created PowerPoints for every chapter. So we're covering 14 chapters within this textbook that relates to the course. And all you have to do is click on each chapter and it will open up the PowerPoint for you. And these are PowerPoints. So kind of general information that I've included to elaborate on the course material and just kind of referencing and maybe elaborating and reiterating on some terms and definitions that will be beneficial for you to know throughout this course. Of course, we have the Turnitin assignment pre-check, where you can submit your assignments. And that's just a check for any type of plagiarism or whatever it may be, or checking for accuracy within work to make sure that references are cited. You can use Turnitin in order to do that when it comes to submitting your assignments. So, the most important thing is that the weeks, as you look at the weeks, these are content tabs. So this is a 7.5 week course. I want to click on week 1 because this is what we'll be engaging in. This is a lecture that I provided, of course, as well. So what I've done along with the PowerPoints, I've also included an embedded lecture for every week. So once you click on the week, I kind of talk about what we're going to be covering for the course of the week. So this is an introduction to cost control. That's what we're going to be covering. We're going to talk about what cost control happens to be. We're going to talk about the challenges that the hospitality industry has faced ever since COVID-19. Now, we're not in a pandemic phase right now as we are currently speaking. However, though, we are dealing with post-pandemic. So the hospitality industry has not quite rehabbed or rebounded fully. We're talking about in terms of revenues, profits. We're talking about quality of service ever since 2020. And now we happen to be in a post-pandemic phase. COVID-19 are still having some negative effects within the hospitality industry as it pertains to restaurants. So go through this lecture, and then we're going to look at some basic math. Now, math pertains to yielding, okay? When we are preparing recipes, for example, okay, sometimes we have to take away, all right, before we get the final product or ingredient. Then we also have to look at our measurements of ingredients, that we're actually putting into putting the dish or final recipe together. One thing to understand is basic math. So I'm going to give you some things this week, and this is going to be related to your final assignment on how to round off numbers to the nearest tenth and 100. And I created these examples and came up with examples for you all to follow. Also, reducing fractions and calculating fractions, as well as converting decimals over to fractions. And then also, you're converting over percentages to decimals and vice versa. This is all part of the yielding process when you are actually putting ingredients together, or when you are putting dishes together for a food preparation. So that's going to be just the general content that we're covering, okay? But what I really want you all to focus on is this: the discussions and what's expected of you. What are the student expectations for this week to complete week 1? So the first thing that you want to do, as this class again will be starting on October the 10th, and I need to make note of that, and you will see that in the general message posted within the announcements. October 10th is the first official day for this class. So with that, log in, begin to look at the materials, begin to familiarize yourself, if you're not familiar already with D2L, with the Learning Management System. I expect everyone to have your welcome and introductions posted. Your initial response will be October the 12th. That's the due date, by 11:59 p.m. October the 12th. That's when that's due. That's your welcome and your introduction. Okay? And so read over this, because what you're going to do is you're just going to upload a brief video. You're going to tell me some information about yourself. Follow these bullet points. Okay? You don't have to get detailed. All right? If there's some information that you don't feel comfortable in terms of sharing, by all means, do not share it. But just tell me where you're from. All right? What high school? What made you come to Cheney? What made you to enroll? What's your major or your minor? What do you plan to do upon graduation? And also tell me some interesting facts about yourself, and where do you see yourself strategically in 5 years? So put this together in a video and upload the video, as you will be able to do that here by clicking on this. This happens to be a thread. And all of your discussion questions are going to be threads that you happen to respond to. And I'm quite sure that a lot of you are already accustomed on how to do discussion threads here within the Learning Management System. The same goes for the week 1 discussions. Now, just some questions that I came up with. These are going to be due on October the 12th at 11:59 p.m. and it's covering the week 1 content. So give your initial response to these discussion questions by October the 12th. And then also give me at least one substantive response to one of your peers. And that's going to be due on Saturday night, October the 14th. So give a response to one of your peers. That's something that you want to do. The main assignment that's due by the end of the week, and I'm going to wrap up with this as I'm running out of time, okay, with this brief informational video, is going to be equipment purchases and yield percentages. This assignment is going to be due by October the 14th. So follow the instructions as you're going to give me a response. And what you're going to do is you're going to summarize 400 to 600 words in APA format. Okay, everyone. So hope everyone has a general understanding. I will be talking to everyone next week. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions.